top crazy engineering mistakes in the world. Number 1. Seongsu Bridge. The bridge is one of the most important routes connecting the Sangdong district and the Gangnam district of Seoul in South Korea. The bridge that is used by thousands of people each day is not the original bridge that was built in 1979, but just under 4,500 feet in length. Due to the fact that cantor levers are seen as extremely safe and are expected to last for quite some time, a cantor lever design was chosen. The opening of the bridge led to a tremendous amount of further development within the city because it reduced travel times significantly, and it worked for 15 years before it failed to work. One morning in October of 1994, the supporting truss failed due to a faulty weld. The entire section of the bridge fell into the water, killing 32 people and injuring 17 others. Number 2. SNCF trains. The nation has almost 70 million people, and its railways are among the busiest on the planet. The country's economy relies on it working efficiently. As a result, it is one of the most heavily invested public transport systems on Earth. However, if you make any mistakes during the planning stages, it will lead to very expensive problems down the road. That is exactly what the rail operator, SNCF, found in 2014. In 2014, the company ordered 2,000 new trains at a cost of $20.5 billion and provided the manufacturer with all the details on the length and width of the trains to operate. There was a huge oversight when collecting this data. It only measured stations built within the last 30 years. As a result, they had to change the trains, which had already been constructed by the time the mistake was discovered. It cost at least $60,000 per platform to correct the mistake. However, the full cost is unknown, but it is likely in excess of $100 million. Number 3. Deepwater Horizon. This semi-submersible, ultra-deepwater offshore drilling rig was built in 2001 and used to access oil fields far beyond traditional drilling rigs. The company drilled the deepest oil well in history in September 2009 in the Tier oil field southeast of Houston, and then moved to the Macondo prospect in April 2010. However, this procedure did not go as planned, and a blowout during drilling resulted in a fireball 40 miles away, killing 11 people. However, after the Deepwater Horizon sank, 2 days later, the well was drilled, causing oil to spill into the water in the biggest marine oil spill ever. As a result of the spill, local communities received payouts of at least $10 billion. And what's worse, it could have all been prevented. In the event of an accident, emergency procedures had not been followed when drilling at such depths. So what could have been dealt with in shallower water was simply impossible at this drill site because no equipment was available. Number 4. Chernobyl. The Chernobyl incident in Ukraine in April 1986 resulted in estimated costs of about $68 billion and untold damages to communities and the environment, and is often cited as an argument against nuclear power. Poor design and mismanagement led to the disaster. It began in the morning during a safety test that simulated a power outage, but due to a delay to the test, an unprepared team was on duty at the time, resulting in several explosions and a fire in the reactor core that released huge quantities of radioactive particles. If the reactor had been designed correctly or the test had been conducted correctly, none of this would have happened. After the incident, Soviet authorities were not exactly willing to share information. The good news is that scientists have identified the causes and can ensure that similar problems will never again lead to reactor meltdowns. Number 5. Apollo 13. Our closest heavenly neighbor was the focus of another NASA mission in April 1970, one that became infamous for the wrong reasons after 2 successful moon landings. Due to an oxygen tank failure in the service module after launch, Apollo 13 had to cancel its leader landing. And it was a miracle that the crew survived. An explosion was caused when a damaged piece of wire insulation caused a spark during routine procedure testing the oxygen supply. It was discovered that the wire was damaged during pre-flight testing, along with the fact that it had been made from the wrong material. During the ground testing, engineers used 65 volts of DC power, which caused the wire to deteriorate and create an accident waiting to happen. Number 6. Beta Bomber. 21 B-2 stealth bombers were built between 1989 and 2000 for the U.S. Air Force. They are often regarded as the epitome of bomber aircraft design intended for missions deep in enemy territory. With modern technology, they can be virtually invisible to modern detection methods. When development and testing costs are taken into account, each aircraft costs $3.5 billion at today's equivalent rates. The AV-12 Spirit of Kansas crashed in February 2008 after takeoff from Andersen Air Force Base in Guam, but fortunately the two men were able to eject in time, so no casualties were sustained, but the total loss was estimated at $1.4 billion. That was all for today's video. You can share with us your views in the comment section. And if you are new to the channel, remember to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you won't miss any future videos we upload. Thank you for watching the video. Best of luck and goodbye.